Well, this was a disaster. The coffee pot just fell off the stove. Fuck. Sorry, bad words. Oh my gosh. I was making coffee and it was, oh my god. What a mess. David. Full pot of coffee. What a mess. My carpet. Oh, it's everywhere. It's on Lefty's bed. Oh. The way that the percolator sits on here, to get it right in the center, I need to have it off center, like pushed backward or forward a little bit so it's more stable. But if it's right in the middle, it's kind of teetering, and I didn't have it positioned right, obviously. And I stood up, and it must have rocked the truck just enough. Oh, what a mess. 7 a.m. And boy, I could use a cup of coffee right now. You just watching me freak out. You've seen this many times, right? Nothing new. You've seen me freak out many times in his life. Well, you know, I guess there's a plus in buying a multicolored carpet. Although brown was not one of the colors. I need more light. Oh, yeah, there's more. Let's see how many amps these dome lights pull. It's 5 amp draw right now. Up to, so they use 15, 16 amps, these dome lights. Holy cannoli. Let's put the other ones on too. Over 20 amps for both low and high dome. I have to reshoot a thank you for an item that came from the wish list. I opened these the other day when I had that debacle where the microphone got unplugged from the camera. So I talked about how I don't ever use my dome lights because they use a ton of amperage. One of you sent me a message a while back that you had installed some puck lights up in the fixture. You know, you just get up in there and wire these in, and now you've got LED lights. This is going to take the place, and now I'll probably use my dome lights more. Because they're not going to use a ton of amperage. I don't have the gift slip that came in with these, so whoever sent these, thank you very much. These last minute little niceties are going to make a huge difference for us. I think I'm going to get the vacuum out and clean, because it's there's a bunch of grounds like right in the carpet, so I'm going to vacuum real quick. Let's do a quick one here. Oh boy, my socks. What a mess. There's one way to wake you up. Turn that back off. Well, I'm gonna make coffee. Again. You don't drink coffee, so you don't care? I know. He's here for moral support only. Well, let me try and show you what I'm talking about. If you want the coffee pot like dead center over the top of the flame, see? It can teeter. If these 2 bars went all the way across, I wouldn't have this trouble. So Camp Chef, fix this. Make these go farther into the middle. Hi everyone, good morning. We have good news. The copyright claim is ended. I have persevered and it's been removed from that video. So there's good news, there's bad news. So that's the good news. So that is done. I feel so much better. So something that I did, I actually created a Twitter account because I've heard that you can tag someone like YouTube support or the Bungdalicia soccer company. You can tag them in a tweet and maybe that would get that tweet in front of someone's eyes that would actually read it. So I created a new Twitter account. I'll put the info The link will be down in the video description. And I actually tweeted to the soccer company, tagged them. I had to ask my daughter how to use Twitter. I had a Twitter account when Twitter first was invented, whenever that was. And here's a funny story. So one day, a few years ago, my daughter and I were messing around, phones and stuff like that. Somehow she came across my original Twitter account. Now this was when Twitter was brand new, okay? Before it was like a news source and what it is today. This was when it was brand new. And back then people would tweet like, hey, just got up, gonna get in the shower. And then 20 minutes later, just got out of the shower, I'm gonna wear my blue shirt today. You know, that was the kind of stuff that was on Twitter. And so my daughter found some tweets that I had done, it's gotta be like, I don't know, whenever Twitter was invented. It was right about then. And it was one of those kind of, it was a kind of tweet like, and I don't remember what it is, and my gosh, I am not going to go try to look it up. I think I closed that account. Gosh, I hope I did. But my daughter just about rolled on the floor laughing because it was one of those, it was a tweet like, you know, trying to be insightful and sharing feelings and things like that, you know. This was way back when, and my daughter, the way Twitter is now, she saw that tweet, and I think she had tears running down her face. She laughed so hard. Dalen, you're watching this. You remember this, right? This was only just several years ago this happened. And don't go try to find that either, Dalen, and send it to me or put it in the comments or something like that. Please, honey, don't do that, okay? But, so back to what I was saying. So I created a Twitter account. It's at Campulance Man, because the Campulance Man was one letter too long, so I couldn't put the. I don't know how much I'll use it. I'll have to mess around with it and see. You know, I've got the Instagram. I don't really do much Facebook. I cross-post my videos onto Facebook. And of course I've got YouTube, and all my Instagram photos also cross-post over to Facebook. And it's just, you know, so many, how many things can you keep track of? And so, you know, some of you would comment on the videos when I would post my video to YouTube. There's an option where you can also share it to a bunch of other places, and I would always share it to Facebook also. And some of you, I'm so sorry, that would comment on Facebook on the videos, and I just don't go to Facebook very much. And I'm sorry for those of you that would leave comments over there. And, you know, sometimes I would go on there and there were comments that were 2 months old that I never saw. And, you know, that's on me, and I'm sorry for that. I have always said that I'm just going to stick with Instagram and YouTube, because that's like, it's kind of enough for me. You know, that's enough. I can share my photos on Instagram. You know, I like sharing pictures, a lot of lefty pictures on there, my food, things like that, and my videos on YouTube. And I always felt like that was enough for me. So how much I'm going to use Twitter, I don't know. But for a case like this, where I'm trying to get in contact with somebody, I understand that that's sometimes a good way to do it. So that's why I created that account. So if you all want to jump over there, if you are on Twitter and you want to send me a tweet, I guess, you can send one directly. I don't know. I sound like a dumpski. As much tech-oriented as I am, I have my niche of things that I know. And some of these social media stuff is just not in my wheelhouse. So if you need Photoshop work done, or some video editing, or you need a computer built, I'm kind of your guy. But if you need to know how to send out tweets to a special group of folks, you're not going to want to ask me that kind of stuff. You can ask my daughter. She knows how to do it. Anyways, the copyright claim is over. I'm going to show you the details. So the good news, bad news, as I said earlier, the bad news is that the revenue on that video just stopped. I'm looking at it right now. I'll show you a screenshot. So the revenue, there's always a graph, the revenue starts when a video gets posted and starts climbing up. And then from the day that that copyright claim was filed, it stopped. So there's a whole blank section where there's no revenue at all. And for the earnings, it says there's no data available. And there's a message here that says that a recent copyright claim, advertiser restriction, or other action has affected... Hold on, I gotta get my glasses. A recent copyright claim, advertiser restriction, or other action has affected this video's revenue and advertisement eligibility. This may reduce the video's overall performance. Learn how to adhere to the YouTube community guidelines by visiting the YouTube Community and Help Center, blah, blah, blah. So, remember these were fleet fines. And they work very well for me for up-close reading, because I'm getting old in my eyes and just ain't what they used to be. So let's all celebrate. I wish that the whole revenue thing hadn't happened, but I'm very thankful that the claim is gone, that I didn't get a strike on my channel, because remember I said that dispute that I used, if I had lost that, and it said that very clearly, like before I clicked, yes, I want to dispute, it said, just be sure you understand, if you lose, you get a copyright strike against your channel. And from what I've learned, if you get 3 of those, your channel gets deleted, like permanently. So one of the things that I did this morning, I sent a tweet. I found there's a YouTube support team. So I tagged them in a tweet, first asking for help on this situation, but then I saw that the claim was gone, so I followed up and said, boy, you guys are fast, LOL, because it was like 5 minutes later. But I asked them, really what I would like to know is, how can I get help kind of directly if something like this happens again, so that I'm not just like flying blind like I was this time? And if there's a way that, I know the really big channels, they get somebody over at YouTube that they can communicate with when they're having issues. I'm not that big. You all have pushed my channel to where we're this big, but we're not this big. So we don't qualify to get a person over at YouTube that's dedicated to help us out. But I'm asking them in the future, is there a way that I can get someone that I can speak with to give me help and information? Because you remember what I learned by sending that email and then getting back info from that young man that said that a music group had claimed music. I'm pretty certain he was looking at the total wrong information. He wasn't even talking about my video. He was talking about music. The clip had no music. The only songs in the video were from the YouTube audio library. So that didn't work. So whoever that young guy was, maybe he's new, or maybe he's got 7 screens in front of him probably, and he was just looking at the wrong one when he was typing the email back to me. So hopefully out of this, I get some resources that I can use in the future to get help in these situations. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm closing the laptop and I'm getting him on the leash, and we're going to go for a really long hike. It's almost 9 a.m., so at least I'm getting out of here on our normal walking time this morning. It's a sunny day. It's gonna be nice out. Let's go do this. Thank you all for all the support. For those of you that asked, like, how can we help with the revenue situation, thank you for the offers of that. That means a lot to me. I mentioned it in one of the previous videos how, we live hand to mouth here, and so we ride a line of finances here, and if that line suddenly takes a dip, there's going to be an issue with us, and we're not going to go hungry, but I rely on a certain level of revenue, and if that gets affected negatively, we'd be in trouble. So thank you all so much. those of you that sent some PayPals to help out with this, thank you. Lefty just thanked you. I think that's what he said. I'm not sure. But let's all put this behind us. And I feel like, I don't know why I feel like I won, but I didn't really win anything. It just it's gone. That's all. There's no win or lose in this thing. I guess I just didn't lose. It's not that I won, I just didn't lose. We all did not lose on this one. So I'm going to get the laptop closed up, and I'm still working to catch up on all the emails from all of you. So some of you should have gotten some replies from me. I've still got a bunch to go through, people that have been messaging me through the site. Continue to do that, you know, the contact me page on the website or my email address. Also, something I wanted to mention, when I first launched the website, there's a page there where you guys can share a picture of your rig. Send those to me. I want to show off your rigs. If you're okay with showing a picture of your rig on our website, please send that to me. The photos come in, they get submitted to me. Lefty and I take a look at them. As long as they're pictures of trucks and G-rated, we'll put the picture up there with like your name, let's say David, 02 Ford E450. I'd love to show off your rigs. We've got a few on there from when I first launched the site, but I haven't talked about that in a long time. And I'd really like to grow that page there, because there's a lot of you out there that have rigs that, you know, make mine look like Sanford & Son trucks. So share pictures of your rigs through the website. You can upload them. We'll take a look at them and we'll get them posted there. Thank you all again for being here with us through this whole grind. Everyone take care, be safe. We're going to see you again really, really soon. That is really cool looking. Hush. Lefty. Give me the break. What? Oh, you want the camera pointed at you? Now you shut up?